Welcome, my Blenderhead colleagues. I am Salvador García Luque, and today I want us to see a situation of synchronicity lag with which we can find ourselves when we are editing video in Blender. In some occasions, when we add our video files, we are going to find that the audio strip has a lag of a single frame. We know this because, well, we can see that the size of the strip does not match with the video one. And because in the number that appears at the end of this line of information, we see that effectively there is also an offset frame of 1. They are differentiated by 1. This usually happens because in some video files, the codecs used to render these videos usually add blank frames at the end for some reason. A single blank frame. This is how these codecs work for some reason, and well, it really is not a big problem. That is to say, for a single offset frame, we will not have a desynchronization within our video files. But if we want, for example, to work with these strips and we don't take the time to correct this small detail, when we want to move these strips and place them next to one another, we are going to find blank spaces. What will cause us to end up with points where a black box appears in our video, which looks pretty bad. How can we solve this? We have several ways to solve this. One of them is to cut the audio strip with the K key, or by going to strip, split, and done. Another one is to select the right end or tip, move by pressing the G key one frame, and voila! We will notice that in these options, in any way, the number will always be the one we had from the origin. For the third way, we go to our script section in the time tab. In this tab, we'll have several options to be able to control our strip. The first of which is channel, in which we can change the positioning of our entire strip. Depending on the channel, the row in which we want it to be. After that, we have start, which is the starting point, which in this case will be the first frame. We have the total duration of this strip and the point where this strip will end, both in time and in number of frames. We move it the entire strip, the duration remains at 482. But the end is increased the same as the start. We go back to the beginning. Under this, we have 4 options: strip offset start, end, hold offset start, end. Basically, these two do the same thing. That is what we did when we selected the right tip. And we can see that the number of frames changes in the strip offset end, indicating the number of frames that we have reduced this. We return it to zeros. It shows us the strip in its entirety. In hold offset start, we have basically the same. However, here we have a small difference. When we make the change here in the strip offset, works, as already said, the same as grabbing the tip of our strip, but we see that the number stays in 482. However, when we see this with the hold offset end, we see that the number of frames is reduced. So when we want to cut our strip, the best option is this one here, since it reduces the number of frames that Blender is taking into consideration for the strips. Like this, we end up with a number of frames perfectly synchronized. According to what Blender takes into consideration, since it remains the same, it is still cutting the strip down one single frame. And so, we end up with a video strip and an audio strip that match perfectly in everything. Well, having said this, we'll finish with the issue of the single frame lag. The only thing left for me to do is to remind you to please subscribe, activate the notification bell, and give it a thumbs up. I am Salvador García Luque. I hope you have found this video informative. See you in the next one. See you later.